Imagine a little girl whose voice brought joy to millions of children around the world. A bright, talented child star on the verge of even greater success. But behind the smiles and the spotlight, she was living a nightmare no one fully understood until it was too late. This is the heartbreaking true story of Judith Barsi. Judith Eva Barsi was born on June 6, 1978, in Los Angeles to Hungarian immigrant parents, Josef and Maria Barsi. From a very young age, Judith stood out. She was tiny for her age, often mistaken for much younger, which would actually help launch her career. One day in 1983, when Judith was just 5 years old, she was ice skating with her mom. A film crew happened to be there, and a casting agent spotted her. They thought she was only 3. That chance encounter led to her very first commercial, for Donald Duck orange juice. She was so good they brought her back for more. Before long, Judith had signed with a top talent agency and began appearing in over 70 commercials. She guest starred on popular shows like Punky Brewster, Remington Steele, Growing Pains, and even landed a role in the movie Jaws, The Revenge as Thea Brody. But her most beloved work came in animation. Judith provided the voice for the cheerful little dinosaur Ducky in The Land Before Time. That iconic yep, 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 that still makes fans smile today. She also voiced the kind-hearted orphan Anne-Marie in All Dogs Go to Heaven. Both films were released after her death, becoming classics that introduced her talent to new generations. Here are some lesser-known facts that make her story even more poignant. Judith was fluent in Hungarian, thanks to her parents' immigrant background. She once played a younger version of Carol Seaver in a flashback on Growing Pains. Even though she was 9 at the time, she convincingly portrayed a much younger child. Ducky was actually her favorite role. She brought such genuine innocence and joy to the character. Despite her small stature, she was under 4 feet tall. She received growth hormone treatments because of concerns about her height. In stressful moments, she developed some heartbreaking coping behaviors, like pulling out her own eyelashes or even her cat's whiskers, early signs that something was deeply wrong at home. Behind the success, Judith's home life was becoming increasingly dangerous. Her father, Josef, an unemployed plumber and heavy drinker, grew jealous and resentful of his daughter's rising fame and income. He reportedly earned threats for years saying he would kill his wife, his daughter, or even burn the house down. Maria filed a police report in 1986 after an incident of physical violence, but chose not to press charges. Josef was arrested multiple times for drunk driving, but the threats continued. In the months before the tragedy, Judith began showing clear signs of severe emotional distress. She broke down in front of her agent. A child psychologist later identified serious physical and emotional abuse and reported it to Child Protective Services. Yet despite warnings from her therapist, agent, and friends, the system failed to protect her. Maria had plans to leave with Judith, but the intervention came too late. It's believed the events unfolded sometime around July 25, 1988. Judith was supposed to attend an important audition that day, but never showed up. A few days later, on July 27th, neighbors heard an explosion and saw smoke coming from the family's home in West Hills, Los Angeles. Firefighters discovered the devastating scene. Judith and her mother, Maria, had been shot. Josef had then set part of the house on fire before taking his own life in the garage. The loss shocked the entertainment industry and highlighted the hidden dangers of child abuse, even in seemingly successful families. Judith was only 10 years old when her life was taken. She never got to see the release of the films that would make her voice immortal to so many kids. Her story is a tragic reminder of how abuse can hide behind closed doors, and how important it is for friends, neighbors, teachers, and systems to speak up and act when they see warning signs. Today, Judith is remembered not just for the horror that ended her life, but for the joy she brought through her incredible talent. Her performances as Ducky and Anne-Marie continue to touch hearts decades later. If you're struggling or know someone who is, please reach out for help. Resources for domestic violence and child abuse prevention are available. You are not alone. If this story moved you, please like, comment which of Judith's roles was your favorite, and subscribe for more respectful deep dives into forgotten Hollywood stories. Turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Rest in peace, Judith. Your light still shines through every yep, yep, yep.